and welcome to Shade in the City. And of course, we are here. I let y'all beyond the gates, okay? So we are here for our live to talk about this week because it was just good. I don't think the show has been this good, okay, with a T at the end since the anniversary party. I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the chat, okay? But yes, thank you guys. If you have not already, go ahead, do me a favor, hit that like button for me because, make the algorithm do what it do, bring the people in. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Blatant Truth. Hey, Sweet Pea. Thank you, Blatant Truth. I am feeling a lot better. I'm like 90% now. I got another 10 to go. By tomorrow, I'll be full-fledged. But yeah, y'all, for usually this is a members only thing, but like I said, I let y'all beyond the gates. Welcome. Hey, Princess. So yeah, I appreciate y'all. If you haven't already, like I said, hit the like button. If you're not ready, subscribe. Please go ahead and do so. Go ahead, get your refreshments, get your beverage. Okay, make sure you got a wine glass if you're drinking wine. We don't play that around here. No red Solo cups. Okay, but y'all go ahead and do that. I'm gonna run the intro, y'all, and then I can't wait to jump into it. I ain't even gonna hold you. I'm gonna need my virtual co-host, which is what I call my chat, okay, to keep me in line. Because when I tell you, I usually I have like a list. We're gonna hit this, and I ain't even got it because really, what else do we got to talk about outside of Martin and the secret? Hey, Lane. Hey, boo. So yeah, Elaine, I'm gonna drop the link. So hopefully if you want to come up with me and anyone else, if you're feeling froggy, you want to leave, or no, I'm just kidding. But if you want to come up and speak your piece, as always, let's keep it respectful. And yeah, before you get on, for those who haven't been on before, I just need to see your face background before I let you up here. You don't have to be on camera. But yeah, y'all, I am really excited. So let's jump right into it, y'all, and let's get shady. Oh, hey, thank you, Elaine. You are such a sweet virtual co-host. I so appreciate you. Thank you so much for the $5 super sticker. It is greatly appreciated. So yeah, y'all. I ain't even gonna hold you. I don't even remember Monday's episode. Blame it on me being sick, or maybe just because literally everything Tuesday through Friday was just all Martin and his secret and everything coming out and everybody finding out that I'm gonna need help. I'm gonna need help. Hold on. Let me stay focused. Elaine, I'm about to drop the link now. But yeah, I don't even remember what happened Monday, even though I did a whole recap for it. All right, I dropped the link. And matter of fact, I'm gonna pin it for anybody else that's interested. So it's pinned to the top. And yeah, so hopefully yes, it was an amazing week, Elaine. And I would love to know what y'all think in the chat. Do y'all feel like if we had to compare, because let's think about it, the two biggest weeks that we've had is the anniversary party and Martin's secret, in my opinion. If I'm missing something, if I missed because right now, like I said, I'm still caught up in it. But to me, if I had to compare the two, which one did you think was better? Ted's secret coming out or Martin's secret coming out and us learning everything? I don't know, because they dragged us for a long ass time. Hi, Kamara. Welcome. So yeah, let me know your thoughts in the chat. Blatant said it's still the anniversary party for me. Yeah, because you know that pick six, she hit different. She hit different. So I do gotta agree with you on that. The anniversary party was probably the hottest one. But I'm trying to remember. So what happened Monday? Just because I feel like anything that happened then, once we get into the whole secret, everything is gonna be irrelevant. So I'm trying to think, what the hell happened Monday? This is why I need to keep my notes and stop deleting them. Elaine said, I think it's still the anniversary also. Okay. Okay. I got you. I got you. All right, y'all. Since I can't remember right now off the top of my head what happened Monday, we all know why we're here today. All right. Martin done told his secret. And we now know, okay? Like I thought, oh, here come a girl. Here come a girl. She gonna keep me straight. She gonna keep me straight. Welcome, Elaine.
Hey, guys.
How you doing, boo?
Good. This was such a good week. Oh, my God.
It was. It was. And what made me so mad is because I told y'all in the recap, I was legitimately like, I was sitting in bed mad and I was like, I'm not going to watch because I couldn't record. And then I was like, God. And when I started watching, I was like, oh my God. I was like, I can't believe. Yeah.
Every episode was like, you can't leave. Like, it was amazing. So this was also the week when my significant other stopped pretending that he doesn't watch the show, and he actually is watching. So he's like, "Did you see the gay guy?" and whatever. You know, he's not politically correct. So he just comes home with the tea, and I'm like, "Wait, I didn't see it. Wait, don't tell me."
Oh, that is so funny. And you know what's so funny? My boo don't watch it like that. But anytime he goes past the screen, if Leslie's on that screen, oh, he stops and takes a seat. He loved him some crazy ass Leslie. Mm-hmm. Okay. I said, look, I'm going to have to stop watching Beyond the Gates messing around with him because you're going to stop looking at that crazy lady. But so what happened Monday? Can you remind me, Elaine? Does it even matter? Besides Samantha getting on all our damn nerves.
I mean, I think all of it was leading up to the revelation. I don't remember the specifics on Monday, but I think all of it was leading to the revelation of what happened with Martin, right? And so I think Martin was still alive. I'm sorry. I think Kenny was still alive on Monday. Because during the press conference, which is Tuesday, is when they came and got him from the outside of the window.
Actually, thank you. That just triggered my memory. So, and shout out to Blatant Truth because we were talking about this in the comments. So, did anybody notice the discrepancy with Smitty finding KKK Kenny in the park and him being like, "Oh," and he's like, "You looking for me?" And I'm like, how would Smitty, I mean, I guess because Martin said, oh, he went and messed with Samantha at the park, but I just thought it was really weird and random that he just happens to be in the park and then Kenny shows up, and how did they know each other would be there? And I was like, writers, this is where you lost me.
I didn't notice that until you said it. Like, I just watched and went along with whatever they gave us.
And see, usually you don't.
Yes, because everything was so juicy that I think I was looking for the details of what Martin said, what Smitty was saying. I wasn't looking at the details of where the racist is, you know? Because I was just more interested that the racists got to every single person except, including Martin, showing him that I can get to all of your family. And so I was less interested in how he got to Smitty.
Gotcha.
Because when we saw that he was sitting with Samantha, I was like, this guy is sitting with his kid on the lawn. And I was screaming and yelling at the screen, but I didn't necessarily care about the story of how he got to sit on the lawn. I was just like, oh my God.
That damn Samantha, I swear, I cannot. That girl is I love Samantha. I do. But she's a thorn in my side. And thank you to all those in the comments that agreed with me where I said, I'm sorry. maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm from a different generation. These kids are way too involved in their parents' business.
I agree with you.
And I understand that now it's a little bit serious because now they were in danger and things like that. But I just thought the kids were way too involved. I thought them discussing things with the kids was a little bit too much. And yeah, especially I love when and thank you, Princess. Smitty, she kept asking questions, and Smitty was like, I can't tell you because I don't know. Don't know my damn self. What you want me to tell you? So I was here for it. Princess said, okay, yeah, I think Monday was when Martin punched Kenny. So, but yeah, so Martin's secret is revealed. Anita now came back into town to save the day. Vernon, today, I literally so it's weird because I watched today's episode and then I had to go back and watch 92. So that's why that one's not out yet. But it was crazy because I'm so happy because one of my biggest pet peeves with Vernon is I was really bothered by the fact that they continue to ignore Martin's mental health and what was really going on. And so I was finally happy that he took accountability and was like, nah, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is my fault. I feel bad for putting this on you. And I can appreciate Martin for being like, but at the same time, I took the bait. You know what I'm saying? I agree. The kids are too involved in adults' business. Hey, Craig. Thank you. So yeah, I don't know. What are your thoughts, Elaine? And then we'll get into Nicole and Anita, but let me slow down. Let me pace myself. It's so much.
This was such a strange week.
It was.
I agree with you. I both supported Martin in what he was saying, especially when he was saying, wait, I swapped out one white person who was taking advantage of me to be beholden to Bill and Joey. I think he's right in that. When Martin said, wait, I don't want to be beholden to anyone, which is why I was going to confess all. I don't think that was the right thing to do, but I don't have the answer to how to get out of this fix, right? I've never been in this fix. I don't know how you get in this fix, but I don't think the answer was let me have a press conference even before I tell my family.
Right.
And confess all. And maybe that will solve all the problems and get rid of all the people who want to blackmail us and hold things against us. I don't think that would have done it.
So you know what it was for me, and I noticed I'm noticing a lot of the comments, Kamara and Corey, and a lot of people I was on the X because I'm back on the X thanks to Elaine, wink wink, and but I'm back on the X now, and when I tell you the way y'all was lighting Samantha up and the age and what it was for me when somebody said something about was it today, and they said you're wise beyond your years. I said
on the show.
I said, y'all telling us without telling us. Just go ahead and,
They hear us. They are absolutely.
They clearly hear us at this point.
So now that you're back on Twitter, I must tell you, you need to follow all the stars from the show.
I be trying to find. So I think I followed Ted, the new Ted. I followed new Ted because I think I found him from your profile because I literally that's what I went. That's what I went to do. I went through your people you were following.
Brandon Claiborne is Martin.
Okay.
And he posted, I think this was either Wednesday or Thursday morning. Y'all gotta stop talking about my kids. Because the day before, literally, Twitter was like, them kids need to be beat. They stupid. Like, people were going in on the smarty kids. And
As they should. I love the smarty kids.
Yeah.
More than
not. I was like, them damn smarty kids.
Right. More than most people. Y'all be mad when I even give them the time of day. But I was just so aggravated because I guess as a parent myself, that's one of those things. And I don't think you even necessarily have to be a parent. If you have nieces, nephews, or young people around you, it was my sister-in-law that told me that, like, sometimes it's okay to ask questions. And my son is very much like that. He's very inquisitive. But why? And this. And he's like, honestly, he literally reminds me of Samantha. the way he fires off questions.
My kid was like that too.
But at the same time, there has to be a point where stop questioning me and just listen.
You can't get the answer to that question.
Right. And not even that, but sometimes you just need to shut up and listen. I don't need the questions. Just do what I say. Either it's for your safety. I'm trying to protect. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I ain't got time to answer. I just need you to follow directions. So I think that's why I started to get, especially her being older. Just, you know what I mean? It really started to irritate me. Like, just shut up and listen. It just, ooh. But look, Blatant Truth said, I tune out when them kids is on. Y'all look terrible. Kamar said, when Bill told him that Kenny was taken care of, Martin got on my nerves for not letting it go. Martin is his own worst enemy, and he needs some serious therapy. We need something, because that whole shaking situation.
He goes on these rants of, I want to do it, and I have to be involved. And then when they involve you, you can't deal. You freeze and go,
not at all.
You can't even speak. So that's why you're not involved in anything.
And then I guess we can get to the smaller part of Vanessa Mob Boss annoyed me this week. Okay. I usually, I've been out here rooting for Vanessa, caping for Vanessa. I like what they're doing with her character. And I was just really upset that she was around here. Oh, so y'all disposing of people? That's what y'all do. And I was like, who goes around yelling at, if you knew better, you would do better, Vanessa. And this is how I know you're not ready for this life yet.
She went too far.
She did. And I love when Joey checked her. And for some reason, of course, she got turned on by that. And, she was rubbing on her girls. And, she got real excited. Like, ooh, Joey. But still, I'd be low-key scared. I'd be like, oh, he's serious. He's real serious. He could take me up out of there.
For them to have sex in his private casino where I guess he can close the doors. How are you kissing in Auntie Jean's diner, even if it's closed? The employees are still there. Vanessa is married and has been for over 20 years. What is happening?
I agree. And congratulations to those that just received. I just gifted 5 Shadeinthecity memberships. So for those that received them, congrats. You are welcome in advance. And hopefully you will be joining us over the next month in our members only lives, because that's when I shut the gates down and we really cut up. Okay. Carolyn, welcome. Martin went to his mom and she treated him like a patient. Yes, she did. She did. And I remember when he said, I need you to be my mother. Mm-hmm. I do remember that. Yeah. Now, I will say, I think that if she would have had an inkling or even an idea of what was going on, she might not have treated him as such.
Right. But for you to come to me and go, I'm having dreams and I don't know what they're about. And it's in the clouds and I don't know. Mm-hmm. Well, as a therapist, you need to see someone. That's basically when Nicole was like, that sounds crazy. You should see somebody.
Right. Exactly. Oh, and look, y'all, as I prepare for every live, okay, let me do my product placement. Y'all can't see it because of the light. Y'all can't see it, but I'm on my Nicole. Okay?
Febreze.
Product plug, okay? But so yeah, Vanessa, that was short. I'm trying to think who else was not significant that we can move over real quick.
Can we talk about Deputy Do-Good?
Oh God, Deputy Do-Good. Thank you, Elaine. And please give Elaine her things, her flowers, because Elaine is the one that gifted the name to Jacob of Deputy Do-Good, and I loved it and it stayed. So thank you, Elaine.
It's going to be a problem.
So that's another thing. I think him telling them kids now that they done found his body in the park, I almost feel like them kids might end up having Martin in jail. Because all they know is they said he was gone. You know what I mean? Martin told him he was gone. They know that, they were beefing and Martin knocked him out before and then he disappeared and canceled some press conference. So it just makes me think that when people go to like Jacob goes to interrogate them and ask them questions, they not gonna know what to say. Maybe Samantha, but not Tyrell.
See, I think Smitty and Jacob is gonna put him in jail.
Oh, I don't think. No, I like how Smitty was. Even if he was mad, he said, "Nah." He said, "I'm gonna keep it locked down."
I don't think that's gonna hold though, because he's been digging this whole time in the one saying we shouldn't have done this. This isn't the right thing. Mm-hmm. He even said that to Martin. He was like, "I wouldn't have been good with this cover up." And I think even as he couldn't even look Jacob in the eye as he said, I don't know anything. He can't even lie well.
Right. And you already saw, I will say one thing that's interesting that I'm kind of worried about is because even like Martin said, even if I would have told the truth, Smitty would have never gone along with the cover up.
Right.
So at the end of the day, the same, it would have been, I guess, kind of like a Nicole and Ted situation. Nicole might have told Ted 20 years ago, but I don't think Nicole would have moved past that. She probably would have divorced him.
And they would have been broken up 2 years ago, or they would have been broken up now, 26 years ago.
Right, exactly. But no, I agree. Yeah, Jacob is just doing too much. I'm mad that he is so jaded or so like, oh, my dad's such a good guy and such an awesome cop that he can't see that your dad absolutely has something to do with this.
Oh, I think he's seeing the clues. Like today, the way his father was like, listen, you need to do your job and don't go any further. Like, I think he's going to get those clues. From especially during their interaction today. Because he was looking at his father sideways. I think I said this in our last live. I think the problem will come because Jacob will continue to be Deputy Do-Good while Naomi will switch and go, wait a minute, this is my family, hold on.
Right.
And I understand the right thing is the right thing, but hold on. My family, wait.
Correct. I ain't even gonna hold you. Elon is fine. I give you that. I do like looking at Elon and his bald head. Woo, Lord Jesus. It does something to me every time. I ain't even gonna hold you. Elon do look good. M. Chav, welcome. If I remember correctly, Smitty told Jacob that if he finds out that Martin is involved, he would back out of the investigation. Oh, I feel like he did say that. That's a very good point. Thank you for dropping that gem, because I think I do remember that. Yeah, because he did tell Jacob that. He was like, yeah, nah, if I, then I'm going to just have to fall back because at the end of the day, I got to protect my family.
Right.
And I think that he's doing that right now. But to Elaine's point, he may decide, nah, you got me messed up. And he may switch it up and change.
I think what we're seeing is this week we saw the split between Deputy Do-Good and Mr. Press Secretary Smitty. And we see him sort of going, oh no, I don't know anything. But he's so awkward at sort of lying. I don't think this is gonna hold.
Blaine said Elon is a more manly or sexier version of Overton. And he absolutely is from Living Single. He is. He is. He absolutely is.
That is so true. Oh my God.
And I think he has a little bit better of a job. But Kamara said, does anyone think that everybody's marriage is going to go up in smoke behind all this except for Vernon and Anita? I don't think they closed off to this either. I do think that this could be the one thing that could bring Danny and Bill back together. Oh, okay, Kamara. I like that. What do y'all think in the chat?
That's a good take.
It is. It is. I do think that first of all, let's call a thing a thing. For those who haven't been here, I have been ranting for weeks how Doug and Vanessa need to go ahead and file them papers. I'm tired of seeing Doug. I don't mind Vanessa.
Online.
I just need Doug to go away. I'll even take Randy at this point over Doug. And if we can hook up Randy with somebody and make him useful in some type of way, then I'll take that. But I can't do Doug. Doug is just, to me, like, a slither of a man. And
this is just embarrassing.
It is. It's embarrassing. And I don't even know why Vanessa even wants to protect him or save his life. But you know what I forgot to mention, and literally because it was a small piece, let's talk about June.
Oh.
What are we going to do with June? June, clearly, she got the same problem that, what's the name? Anita had.
Ooh.
When they was trying to call her. Call Sharon.
Yeah, and Sharon hung up on her. Like, I don't want to talk to you.
And I don't know why, but for some reason, that to me was like foretelling, just because the situation was so similar that somehow they're connected. And I might be reaching, I might be throwing my poll out there, but I really do feel like they were dropping us a nugget that it basically somehow Sharon might be tied to June. That's just me. Like I said, I might not.
I was trying to listen to, and I couldn't get the voice. I didn't link the voice to it. People were trying to say, "Oh, that sounded like Sharon." I didn't get that. That it sounded like Sharon. I don't think they would give us that clue so far in advance, especially since it looks like they're going to sort of elongate the articulate story. Like it's clearly gonna go on the back burner while all of this fallout happens.
So that was another thing that I was like, so what are we just canning this storyline? Because remember, the whole thing was can't wait till Anita gets back. Everybody's gonna be going to the big reunion concert. Right. That's when Chelsea's supposed to be introducing Madison and all this other stuff. So it just made me feel like
I think more needs to come out before they actually do the reunion. And this is going to be sort of this long, drawn-out story where she goes back and forth with the articulates. But for now, she... so I agree that she needs to get back with her family because her family was a mess.
Mm-hmm.
And Vernon was on the phone begging, like, I just really need to talk to you. If you could just...
Right. He was like, baby, please, baby, come home.
Please go home and talk to this man because he can't.
But you know what? She needed to go home versus sitting there and arguing with Sharon and Ethel.
I agree. And even though it's tough what they're doing, she knows what she's doing. She's saving her family. With the articulate, she's trying to fix stuff, but it's a minefield because they're blaming her. She's making suggestions and they're like, you're bossing us around. You girls have not been on stage out live in a while. And so you should listen to somebody's suggestions.
I agree because
she didn't say, let's get these suggestions off a billboard. She said, Beyonce does this. Maybe we should do this. That sounds like something professional performers would be looking at, right?
Right, but because they've never made it that far, you know what I'm saying?
They don't want to accept anything that she says.
Right.
And so whatever she says is bad, it's wrong, she's bossing us around. Even as she says, you can have the money, I will buy it, I will... there you go, throwing your money around. So whatever she does is wrong. I would leave those twitches in the projects as well. Send them right back where you got them from.
And for all those wondering why I said Sharon and Ethel, because as you know, Ethel is Sharon's wig. Okay. That's her wig. That's what we named her wig. So Carolyn, I like this comment. Smitty pressed Martin for the truth so hard as a result. The smarty kids are gonna start doing their own digging and they're gonna find a real mom. Oh, I think
actually they doing their own digging because they keep creeping around the house and eavesdropping. That's why they're gonna do their own digging.
Well, no, because look, I ain't even gonna hold you when Martin was like, "How did you guys know about the press conference?" And Tyrell was like, "Well, I just found out on the socials." And I was like, "Yeah, Martin, you think you around here being stealth and
I'm not clear how he thought he would announce it in the press conference, but not tell his family first, and that would be how they found out. That wasn't a good idea either. I understand that Bill and them didn't have great ideas, but your idea wasn't great either.
Okay, so let me ask you this, because I think me and Princess was talking about this in the DM and chat. I'd love y'all to weigh in. Give me a number. How many weeks do you think it is before Naomi let June move in their house? Because I called it, and I swear when it happens, I want y'all to give me my things. Because I'm telling you, I still feel strongly that shit's about to happen.
I was just watching this. So one of my cousins is just starting Beyond the Gate. So she's up to episode 20. So I was like, wait until you get to 46.
Oh, look, Elaine, just put her on. Just share my stuff.
I said, and then I'm gonna put you on my girl because I want you to get hooked first, and then I'm gonna send you the link to the chats or whatever. So,
and thank you for all the 40 people watching. Thank you. Make sure you hit that like if you haven't already. Right. Okay. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
So what was I talking about?
Oh, you were talking about how your homegirl just started watching.
Oh yeah, so she's just started watching, and so she's like, "Oh my goodness, I know you've been talking about this show. I love it." So I said, "What are you up to?" I said, first of all, the first week will hook you because Danny, the person who's watching is my cousin. My cousin is absolutely Danny. I call it Tick Tick Boom in our real life. Mm-hmm. Which means you don't know when she's going to go off. And I was like, Danny slapped like 3 or 4 people and pulled out a gun in the first week. You gotta watch the show, right?
Right.
And so she did, and so she's now hooked. I was like, tell me when you get to like 45, and then we can talk because I'm gonna tell you, like then we have something to talk about. And strangely enough, that was the anniversary, right? Mm-hmm. So that was the anniversary pop, and now we have the Martin Secret pop in July. I did not know that we would get this in July.
I didn't either. So juicy. I didn't, because it makes me honestly. I remember we were predicting the summer's gonna be slow. We're gonna get nothing but these kids, Chelsea, Madison, Kat, Tomas, and so I'm happy how it did play out, that they didn't just leave us on red.
So I mean, I don't think they thought that older people would be in the Martin storyline, because remember, we've been complaining about them for 80 episodes. Mm-hmm. Martin and Smitty, right? We've been complaining that he's an a-hole, and Smitty, he takes advantage of Smitty. I know I did not like the Smarty Kids, even up until this week. And then last week, I thought they were just the dumbest kids I've ever seen in my life. Let me go on a picnic. Let me bring a stranger into the house. Right. And my father is a Congress person. I have never had time for the Smarty Kids.
Can you understand? I understand. And again, this might be me showing my age. I understand those kids are grown, but do you know the way my mom would have tried? Now, granted, I'm grown, so I probably could get a good head start on her. Now, she wouldn't even whoop me no more. We would square up at that point. There would be no way my mom would walk in the house and I have some grown man sitting there playing chess or not, and she ain't squaring up with me. It's just not gonna happen. And I understand it's a soap opera. They older. You're not supposed to hit the kids. I get it. But if we talking about real black life, okay, I would have knocked Tyra upside his damn head.
Listen, I play at the park too. But what teenager, what 16-year-old is bringing an old guy to your house?
And then talking about, I know about stranger danger. Do you?
Because you just put this stranger into, and he has a patch on his face.
What it was for me, I know him. We play chess online.
Oh.
That's how all the predators get the kids.
It was so young and dumb.
It was.
But it was absolutely currently young and dumb.
Right, absolutely.
Young people do this every day.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why we unfortunately hear these stories about these kids going off and they met somebody online and then they get, napped.
They do it every day. So I was fussing at the kids, but even while I was fussing at them, I was like, okay, let's get to the story.
Right.
But this whole time, like, we're at episode 93 and we've hated the Smarty Gang. Well, we haven't hated them. We just haven't liked them very much. They were not a likable couple because of I think we spoke about this, the power dynamic in the relationship.
Oh, and see, now let's get into that. Hold on. Let me get into Blayton's comment real quick. They keep bringing up the day that they brought them home, and Samantha keeps talking about promising not to leave us. It's coming soon. Okay. Okay. And hey, Vacay JTV, thank you for stopping through. I know he knew these black folks beyond the gates. Hey, Teresa and Elaine and everybody stopping by to support. Thank you, boo. Look, and I think it was Kamara that said it's gonna be 3 weeks before June is in that house. June is gonna be with Naomi because Jacob is gonna get put out. Absolutely, because I do see that coming.
Don't you see the in-laws versus the Dupree clan?
Yes.
Don't you see that coming?
Because I think they hinted to
I
that,
am though. Not clear where Nicole is gonna be because she acts like she's gonna be with the in-laws.
But the thing about it is they hinted to that because I remember, I forgot what was it when they brought Madison home and they were questioning her and Danny was explaining, oh, we've been through a lot right now. And so basically they looking at outsiders differently. Outsiders, anybody that is not a Dupree at this point. So even if you married in the family and been there for years, they realize, oh, we still can't trust that because look at Ted, look at Bill.
They did that after Ted too, because remember, they were like, I remember Kat was like in the bar, and she was talking to Smitty, and she was like acting coy, and he was like, oh, you don't want to tell me? She was like, no, actually, we'll take you versus, if it was a choice, we'll take you over Martin anyway. But she wasn't very serious, but she looked like she was saying, nah, I ain't messing with you either.
Right. Chop, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I try to keep y'all laughing. That's the least I try. If I can't give you nothing else, Kamara said Danny will be the child that gets the whole thing. Yes, Danny will get it.
Yes. She will agree with her parents. So I think this is going to be young people versus the sort of savvy old people. Because I think Nicole will want to be ideal. I can see Chelsea wanting to be ideal. Martin clearly wants to go. See, Martin is struggling because he wants to do the right thing and tell all. But he also knows that his grandparents have sacrificed so much for him. Right. And so I think he's stuck in the middle. But I think Danny will be gung-ho with who we killing next. I think Danny's gonna come in like, I got my pow. Where we going? Like,
I think, you know what? And it's funny because you compared your cousin to her because I think of Danny as a firecracker, and that's usually what everybody calls me. And I literally see myself like that. Like, I'm a ride or die. Okay. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I'm loyal, even wrong or right, indifferent. I'm loyal.
Right. So I'm loyal to who I'm loyal to. I'm not a ride or die for anybody. Like, if you the coworker, I'm not a ride or die. I'm no. You gotta be on my back to be ride or die. So So I completely understand, but I think that's what we're gonna be seeing. It's gonna be the insiders versus the outsiders. It will be interesting to see who falls where, and then everybody keeps jumping on Bill. So what's your take on Bill this week?
And it was funny because I saw it on X. This is a week I actually liked Bill.
Because Haley wasn't near him.
I even liked, even though he was being conniving, I like how he handled Martin at the press conference and how he played off like he was
his whole life. I think I think we saw the complicated relationship that Bill has with the Duprees.
Mm-hmm. And I said that in my recap. I said Elaine said this in the membership, and that there was more of a reason than just Bill and Danny were no longer happy. It was more
all
to that
of those
story.
Things. I know the children. Like he even defended Kat when he was talking to Tomas. Even before he told him, listen, could you spy on them and tell me everything you found out? But he was like, listen, Kat is my niece, and you don't, be careful because those Duprees don't mess around. But so it's nothing is black and white in real families. And I think I think it's the same here, right? I think what he portrays outwardly in front of Haley is not even what he really feels. Because even as he's sitting there complaining about Vernon, he's also saying, "But I look up to him."
Right. And I love, and I'm not even
Why
gonna
is
hold
he
you. I
so
love
hard
that
on
moment.
me? Because you feel bad that he's hard on you. But I think part of the reason he's hard on him is because you broke his daughter's heart. And Danny is her father's child.
Okay. She
And
absolutely is.
we can have 30 years of a past, and I could have taken you under my wing. But when you treated, and I also want to emphasize, the thing with Danny, Haley, and Bill just happened within the last year.
Mm-hmm.
This didn't happen 3 years ago. It happened
Right.
this year.
Mm-hmm. Right now, we're at like what, 6 months? They've been together or something like that?
They've been together 5 months, but they haven't even been married for 5 months. They got married in the second week of the show. And so
Right.
I don't even know that 5 months have passed on the show. But even if it hasn't, they said, "Oh my goodness, he immediately divorced you and immediately announced he's getting married at the country club."
Right.
And so his treatment of Vernon's daughter has to be sort of why Vernon is going so hard at Bill.
Right.
Even while we find Bill sympathetic this week because he's like, "Listen, I look up to him, and I think he really did want to help Martin. However, I'm also thinking about the time when he invited Smitty over to the house to give him clues that Martin was lying to him. So which one is it? Who are you, Bill? Are you this sneaky person who wants to get it in on them, or are you this person who wants to play like, no, I'm still a part of the family. Remember, I love you. I knew you all your life, and I bought lemonade from your lemonade stand. And which one? Who are you, Bill?
Right. Pick a side. Now, okay, hold on. Let me address this. Hey, Dimitri, I saw you come up in here. That's why I put your comment up on the screen. Oh, and you talking about next week. We'll get into predictions later. We're gonna get there. Because I will admit I didn't see the trailer. I did not see the trailer. I turned it up, like I had walked away by then because I had to go to my son's little presentation this week. But what I would say is I feel bad for Bill because the fact that he is letting Haley play in his face. We can't forget. Now, I forgot that this was Monday. Haley and was it Haley and Ashley? And I said, if for no other reason, if we are only keeping Ashley just to read Haley down and tell her about herself, then she can stay. She can keep her job.
Yes, that wasn't Monday.
Blayton, do you agree? HR director, do you agree with that? Can she keep her job just for that? You let me know. Blayton is the HR director here, so you know. Blayton said, I like Bill this week, and I felt the same. He was in his feelings about Vernon lighting him up. I think he absolutely. And then I loved. Thank you, Blayton, being a wonderful virtual co-host like you are, and HR director. But yeah. I love when they went into Bill's background and history with his father. I feel like we needed that.
Right, to know that his father was never going to validate him, but
right.
And also, do you see what that Danny fed into Bill? Even as he treats her poorly.
Yes, and that's why I love her.
I hate how he treats Danny. But even she plays it like a game, and she's like,
it's chess, not checkers, Elaine. It's chess, not checkers.
Exactly. And so, and they started off like, don't get into it with your wife because she came to me and she already knew how I felt. And then they went past that and then went into really serious matters where he was feeling down and she needed to feed into him. I And I know people think Danny's crazy, but I think it takes a really big person to say, you know what, I'm gonna forget about my wants, my needs, and what he's done to me, and I'm just gonna see him as this down person sitting here, and I'm gonna give him what he needs, right? And I'm sure they would have done that a million times over their 30 years of marriage, but she's not married to him anymore, and he actually deserves her disdain. And so, as crazy as people say Danny is, she's not that crazy and not that unkind.
I agree. And I love that about Danny. That's why I said I love her character. I follow Carla Mosley online, but I don't know why, but to me, I'm sure she's not crazy in real life. But to me, like when I watch her in like her everyday life, and just it seems like she has a lot of characteristics and embodies a lot of that Danny character, if that makes sense.
She seems joyful to me. I don't think she seems as hard ass as Danny. Danny is very she's very much in a dynasty Diane Carroll sort of.
Ooh, okay.
You know, like I'm gonna bring it and I'm gonna say it and I'm gonna lay it down and it is what it is. Her and Anita are very much like that, whereas everybody can't carry that, right? And so it in real life we would say that person is very direct and they're to the point,
and
but that's just their sort of out loud and proud personalities, whereas no one else on the shows are like that except Leslie, who is a bad person who is like that, you know. She's loud and everything but bad. And Danny and Anita are loud and they get to say whatever they want and they're not bad.
Right. Kamara, I love this comment. This is out of left field, but I think Bill wanted a way out from under Vernon. Elaine said that. I think Bill used Haley to get out. Bill and Haley have no intimacy, just sex. Woo! Girl, you better tell the truth, shame the devil. You better, Kamara. I wish I could send you a super chat, girl. Send me your cash app. Bill still loves Danny, but he's stuck. I absolutely 1,000% agree with that notion. Absolutely. You hit the nail on the head, girl. Y'all better pass around the collection plate for good old Kamara. Carolyn says, since Tracy and Sharon were always riding down on Anita, telling her how wrong she was for this, and that whichever one it was on the phone was just as wrong for saying June is unalive to her. Oh, so you're thinking that it's a connection too. I think so too, Carolyn, but I guess we'll see. And so, then
people are predicting that that the one who died's grandchild will come to town, and
Barbara.
Barbara's grandchild will come to town and confront Anita. So people were thinking that was probably going to be Madison. But I really would like to figure out where June is coming from as well.
Okay, so we never wrapped June, but what is the hell is going on with June and what we doing with June? I guess we're going to see more of that.
If she could get out of the hospital, that would be great.
Right, but Madison is holding her and we can't figure out why.
I think I agree with you when you say you don't want her in the house. Like, I don't want it. That's what I recall you saying from the episode.
No, I don't want it. Because I saw it happening. Because I seen it and I was like, they just being too nice to her, too receiving. And I get it. She's unhoused and they feel for her. They've developed some type of emotional connection. But at this point, if you're going to let her move in your house, like I said before, you need to file her. She needs to become a dependent. Y'all, I was waiting for Jacob and Naomi to have some damn kids, and they got an adult one, and that's not what I signed up for when I started watching this show.
Oh my goodness, when she called from the hospital, I thought we were getting your theory.
Really?
Bitch baby theory. I was like, oh jeez.
I swore I was getting my Naomi. I was like, oh, here we go. We're going to get a baby switch.
But no, we get June in the hospital again.
June in the hospital again, still in the hospital. And Blatant Truth, thank you, HR director. So she said, yeah, we can keep Ashley if she helps us take Haley down. Okay.
No, we just shouldn't keep Ashley. She can show up every now and then, but she can go away. Wait, can we discuss Derek and Shanice?
Derek, I like Derek, and I told y'all Derek livens up. Like I was giving y'all know, I was giving Derek all the smoke. Every it's zombie. What did they call him? He looks like he's from what's the show that I don't watch? With the zombies.
Yeah, the zombies.
Yeah, but he absolutely looks like that. And all the time, he just has a very
his eyes just stare at you. The blank,
right.
Like,
and when he got with Shanice,
I love you. I'm gonna fight a fire. Yeah,
right.
Same expression.
Oh no. Okay. See, hold on. I gotta come back on camera for this one. Speaking of ass, y'all know where I'm going with this, right? I might hurt my eyes doing this. But let's get into crazy eyed Allison. I can't forget about
you did the recap the other day. I was dying when you were like, okay, I'm actually hurting my real eyes.
No, because I was like, it's hurting to keep my eyes this wide. Like, this is not normally how I look. This is a look of surprise, of shock. Like, but she walk around, hi, Chelsea. I was thinking about you, Chelsea. Wait, do you think about me? I said, oh, that's scary as hell. Can you imagine waking up next to it? Hi, good morning. Grand rising. Like, hell no. I don't. Mm-mm.
Oh my God.
Allison was doing the most. I am so sorry. Outspoken diva. Hey, boo. How are you? Leave it to Haley for me to agree with Ashley because she is so tired with these fake pregnancy shenanigans. Her and her ghost baby. Right. I can't. Corey says, strange how fans hate Haley but can cheer on Leslie. All right. So, Corey, you know me. I play advocate. You know what I'm saying? I play both sides. I cannot stand Leslie. All right. But I can't hold it again that she is a great, like she plays villain well. So it's hard. Now I'm not taking up for her actions. So let me say that. I'm not taking up for her actions, but I will say that yeah, she just brings. We need Leslie. Like you need that crazy bitch.
She's the bad. She's the good. Well,
because she's what I want Haley to be
on the show. And you can't have good people if you don't have bad people. Who are they good against?
Right. But I think she's what I wanted Haley to be. Like if you're gonna be a home wrecker and you're gonna be up, then just be it all the way. Be nasty all the way. Like just carry it the whole. Like don't half-ass it. And that's why I can't deal with Haley and her delusion. I'm not saying I'd like her if she was like, yeah, your man, and what. But I think I would respect her a little bit more than this delusional character that she plays. Well, I don't know why no one doesn't like me. I don't understand. That shit gets irritating, and I'm tired of hearing it every time we see her and wanting to be accepted.
I do believe that they're leading us to someplace with Haley. There's a reason why she is seemingly wanting to keep begging people and like this whole pretend thing, it's not even coming off as calculating. Right. It's coming off as calculating when she directs it towards Danny. Mm-hmm. Because Danny's the only person she's tried to use this against, right? She's tried to say, oh, you went after my pregnancy. You don't. And that's when Danny lost it and was like, listen, I was going to try to play nice, but I can't even do it. Now you're going to get my doodle pie that I'm bringing to you.
Okay.
So, because Danny was going to try to play nice. If she would have played the role of, oh, if we could just be friends again. Oh, don't you remember me? But she stopped that with Danny. Mm-hmm. But to everyone else, she's still going along like, I'm Haley. Why can't we just, like the whole Ashley thing. We were friends. Remember, we were best friends. And you slept with your best friend's father. And it was like she didn't even know what she just said.
Right. She was like, what?
Huh?
She's like,
What's the
no, but
problem?
we that's different. We fell in love.
Which is back to her fall guy plan, which is what she's been saying for 80 episodes, right?
Mm-hmm.
So at least that's consistent. I think the difference is I think what we saw with the meeting with her and Leslie is Leslie knows she's bad and is fine being bad. And it's like, let's both be bad together. But Haley doesn't think she's bad.
Yep, that's the problem. Because I'm gonna be surprised. I actually was surprised that she reacted the way she did to Leslie, because I said Leslie had two very good points. And this is one thing I'll give Leslie. She might be crazy, but it still makes sense. And she said, you ain't got no other friends. You sitting here by yourself too. Second, I think Leslie knows you gonna need me before I need you. Type situation when it comes to the and I think Haley is also absolutely gonna spin the block and be like, "Oh, remember me? Remember how I said I didn't need no friends? Well, yeah,
absolutely, because she's gonna be at her wit's end with no friends." But I think this talk with Ashley, I think she probably left the talk with Ashley thinking, "Oh, I could get Ashley back."
Mm-hmm.
She's not thinking Ashley's not for me because again, there's a level of delusion there. So I think Haley is a bit different than Leslie. She's not diabolical. I still think that we need more information. I think she's doing this for a reason, and when we find out the reason, it's gonna be sort of like Eva. You know how people are like, "Oh, poor Eva," blah, blah, blah. And people gonna be like, "Oh, poor Haley." I'm not gonna be like, "Oh, poor Haley."
Can I tell you that's, and I know Princess, if you still in the chat, that's one I still haven't come around.
I don't have it at all.
I don't have it in me to do yet. Maybe
I stand 10 toes down for Cat. Always.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm always, even when Cat is wrong, I like I said, I'm loyal. And it's sad how we talk about these people like they are cousins. But but I'm loyal. And it's I ain't folded. And I can't see it. It's not even like even if I can separate my loyalty for Cat, I can't negate the fact that Eva, you were wrong as hell, and you have this delusion that Haley has that everybody's just supposed to accept you, and Kat's just supposed to accept you and be joined into the family. And I remember Princess hit me in a DM, and she was like, somebody called somebody grandma, and I hadn't watched it yet, so I was like, please tell me Eva did not call Anita grandma. I was upset. Like I said, when I felt like this was my family. And she was like, no, I was talking about Samantha calling. And I said, oh, that's why you said that. That makes sense. But girl, I was hot. Like, no, Eva, I just, right now, I'm not there yet with Eva. It's a real thing. I need time. I'm like Smitty. I need time.
I don't think I'm there with Eva because she's still going back and forth. And you know, people are trying to equate Kat's, you know, sort of sabotage of her at her father's office with the entire 2 months that her and her mother set themselves up to lie and cheat and steal in Nicole's house and office and Ted's house and office and to destroy their lives. Mm-hmm. I don't equate what Kat did to anything like what they did.
I agree. Hey, P-Lo D. I'm sorry. I've been meaning to jump in and say that. But hey, P-Lo D. Kamara said she thinks Bill knows that there's no baby. P-Lo D said loves Leslie. She's a perfect villainess. She absolutely is. Haley is delusional for real. Absolutely. Yep. Dimitri, Ashley is a blend with no personality. No, Dimitri, she is bland with no seasoning. No seasoning. Not at all. That's what Ashley is. M. Chive, Allison equals Fatal Attraction in Looney Tune. This calls for a restraining order. Absolutely. Matter of fact, we ain't even finished that. What you think gonna happen with this crazy ass Allison? What's your prediction on that?
So Allison is definitely a stalker.
Mm-hmm. Do you believe her Craig story though?
I don't know. I don't know where they're going with this. I just know that uh you know, I don't I didn't know that I liked Madison until the second sort of scene. Remember, we were like, why did they sit back down? Like, who's
Right.
did they agree?
I was like, wasn't y'all leaving? Y'all was getting ready to go do the nasty, and then you sat back down to eat. And I said, at that point, I would have just ordered takeout because clearly we know what we're trying to do.
It was sort of weird, but and they're certainly moving too fast. And no, you're not in love. Calm down, people. But I do like Madison and Chelsea as a couple. You know, if they're gonna be a couple or whatever, they are cute together. But
can I
looks like a crazy person.
Hold on, can I just say, and you just reminded me of something that I caught this last episode 92 that I watched, which was so crazy to me. I guess because the week, and like I said, I've been sick and whatever behind, but like I felt like the week went by so fast when Nicole said, oh, and she was telling Vanessa she had went to see
this morning. Yes,
this morning. I said it's only been
wait a minute, because it feels like so the episode where her in Leslie happened last Thursday. Mm-hmm. And so we're supposed to believe that from last Thursday to this Friday,
it's the same day.
One day?
Yeah.
This makes no sense.
Okay, I thought it was just me, and I was like, am I tripping?
No, you are not tripping, because I was thinking that's why we didn't see Ted anymore. Because what I don't want to see is Ted taking her back to Leslie back to her house and him compromising, getting into another compromising position.
Which is, we already know that's about to happen.
Yeah, yes, but not before the scene that she asked him for a divorce with. I want her to ask for a divorce, and then you go do whatever you want to do.
So look, I gotta come back on camera for this one. Let me, for y'all that don't know, that y'all new to Elaine, she wants Ted gone a lot. She want to throw out the baby with the bathwater. That means Ted, Doug, Randy. She want them all gone. Okay, she want them all gone. And I agree. I love you, Randy, but Randy can go, Doug can go, but we can't let Ted go. But she ready to let him go. Now I do think that Nicole need to hit him with them papers and make him realize, because you know what, I'm dealing with a friend right now that's like kind of going through the same thing. And sometimes men, like when they don't believe you serious, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And I think that that's what Ted is going through right now. Yeah. Like, you know, she mad, but he's like, I'm tired of being her.
He think I still got her.
Right. So, hey, Love Music, welcome. But yeah, so I don't know. I'd be interested. I mean, we obviously can't do without Ted, but yeah, he's just too on his high horse right now. And I think that if Nicole finally hit him, like, yeah, I'm serious, I'm 10 toes down. And because Leslie's still running around, so even if I make up with you, you now share a child with this woman, it would be irrational, even though she grown as hell, it would be irrational for me to think you're never going to have to talk to her. And if I were Nicole, to your point, I wouldn't want to deal with that. Now, do I want to see them get divorced? No, not really. I like the two together. I like them.
I don't want them to follow it, but I think he needs to know that there are consequences to all of your actions.
Right.
The idea that he would go in, I'm meeting Nicole for coffee. You go in, you stand there and see Leslie calling Nicole stupid.
Mm-hmm.
And Nicole finally snaps. You claim you've known her for 26 years. You say you have. But you look at Nicole like she's lost it.
Right.
There's just no self-reflection. This is why Ted should be with Kenny, in my opinion.
Who you said that's why? Who? Ted would be, Ted should be with Kenny. I was like, together? Like that? Like, what you, okay, that's what you mean. In the upper room.
Kenny is right now, Ted will be there because his behavior is just, and then, so I'm going to send you the preview when we get off of here.
Okay.
So you can see it. But in the preview next week, Tomas is kissing Eva at the bar.
And this is why I can't see it for that heifer.
Which is her clearly going after him because she sabotaged.
But didn't I say that in the recap? I said, Kat,
yeah,
you pissed her off, but now you done left the door. She getting ready to go hunch Tomas.
She goes to Ted. Kat goes to Ted and says, "I think she's going after him," and Ted goes, "I can't believe that Eva would do that. See, that's why he should be on the island with Kenny and his racist brother, and they could all stay there, in my opinion."
Well, you know what? I might have to live through it, but I like watch it and live through it. But I agree with you because the reason why, and me and Princess have our little back and forth sometimes, because the reason why I look at Nicole and Ted the way I do is because before I was always Team Kat. And she has always been trying to tell them what's going on, and they ignore her, completely disregard her. And now that they're lifting Eva up on this pedestal, and they continue to, I'm not here for it. I think that's weird.
So in my opinion, Eva's not all bad and she's not all good, but she only shows the good to everyone except Kat. Mm-hmm. And why is it's not just because Kat is suspicious of her. It's because Eva's behavior is suspicious. And I think people who behave suspiciously, you should always keep an eye on them.
Right.
It's one of those trust but verify things.
Right. Carolyn, I love what you said. I just wanted to address her comment. I understand Nicole's anger today, but Anita needs to check Nicole for her disrespect. We are look, when I'm telling you, that's probably going to be the night we're going to finish it off with that, because that scene was woo. Okay. I may be the odd man out, but I like Eva. Okay, Below DD. I feel like the bad decisions she's made were from years of being influenced by her mother. And I feel that she's shown remorse. I agree with you. She has shown remorse. But the thing is, I feel like if you were really remorseful, why are you coming at your half sister like this and going like, yeah, y'all like the same? It's just, it gives a little Haley tease. Like you want her life and what she has because you didn't have it. And so it's almost like you're your mother. I really feel like she's a reincarnation.
Yes, so I think Below DD is right in that her mother has been a huge influence on her life. But that's the same reason why I don't trust her. Because her mother has been a huge influence on her life.
Right.
And okay, you saw the light after all of this time, after 26 years, she talked you into doing something poorly, and you behaved badly for 2 months in their home, helped to destroy these people's lives. And yes, you see the light now, but then you immediately go and help and hide your mother's helmet and stuff, and hide the fact that she committed a crime against Laura and try to actually harm another human being. This is not just exposing someone's infidelity, right? So say you don't think that's a big deal. Like, I didn't hurt anybody. I hurt them emotionally, but all I did was tell the truth, and they just look crazy because I told the truth. But running someone off the road and putting potassium in their IV is not.
I didn't even look for anybody in the medical field in the chat. I didn't even know that was a thing. I thought potassium was good for you.
No, too much potassium with somebody with diabetes is deadly.
Oh, see, I had no clue. Look, I ain't go to I went to broadcasting school, and I ain't know nothing about that.
So I mean, my thing about it is, I think Eva is mixed. I think Leslie is pure evil. I don't think Eva is pure evil, but I do think she can't be trusted all the way because she yes, she saw the right thing and she eventually wanted to do the right thing, but it took her 2 months to get there. And the destruction was done. And then she immediately gets out. Other people help her, and she immediately goes and helps the person that got her in that situation, which is her mother. So as long as she's under the influence of her mother, I don't think Eva could be trusted.
I agree. Carolyn said Eva and Tomas will end up sleeping together, and let's say Eva might get pregnant. Woo! Okay, I like that. You throw your line out there, Carolyn. Eva might get pregnant by Tomas.
You done got soapy on us.
Right. And this is where the baby will come into play. Okay. Now you're speaking my language. That builds the connection with Leslie and Haley. Whoa. Now I like it. I'm here for it. I'll give you your things. Let me write that down. I'm going to put that in my little notebook. Carolyn said, okay, so if Leslie end up stealing Eva's baby to give it to Hay, I love it. Love it. That is now that I can see happening. That's some real. So Love Music said in passion, and I love me some Passions. What you know about Passions? Love Music. A whole summer was 1 day, 1 year. Oh damn! On Days of Our Lives in the 90s, Jennifer and Jack's wedding lasted 6 weeks. Did it? Okay, you dropping knowledge. I love it. Nicole is a beautiful grandma. I like the love. No, Dimitri, I did think it was a beautiful scene, her comforting Samantha. I thought that was super cute. However, it is, again, I hate to get in Samantha's age, but it just comes off. Look, maybe it is real. Okay. I know, look, some of my nieces and nephews are taller than me. So I would, and I'm sure my child will be taller than me, and my grandchildren probably will too. So I can't say nothing. But as far as how they look, she looked wise beyond her years, and I'm gonna leave it there.
She did, but I think, did you hear them say today, Lord, she's wise beyond?
Yeah.
They're playing with us.
Love Music said Ted was a punk for real. Absolutely. Princess, here you go. Let the record show. I'm gonna say I don't even know what Princess voice sound like. I'm gonna just give you what I think it sound like. Let the record show. Can't stand evil Eva, and I want Nicole to divorce Ted. Bladen said Ted tried it. That's from the HR director. Love you said, dang, that's harsh. Outspoken, I think maybe when you said Ted need to go to the upper room, that's what you're saying. Outspoken Diva said, I think we are watching Nicole's villain era. Yes, Outspoken Diva. I said we are about to, and I've been waiting for this because, again, I've been saying from the beginning, no shade, Princess. She's so prim and proper, put together, so judgmental that when it comes time for her to be in the, we saw she done already choked old girl out.
Right.
Okay, so we know she got it in her, but she was looking at that. I can't believe you pulled a pow at a wedding. Who does that? You know what I'm saying? So I am ready to see Nicole's villain era. I am so ready for it, and I think she is fed
up. She is fed up. I think the conversation with her and Vanessa was really poignant, where they're both like, I think we're tired of being regular people. Like, we're tired of behaving the way people expect us to behave.
Right.
And the two of them are best friends, right? Which, can I just say, it's really weird that they're best friends, but
I'm gonna be honest. I see her. I see
a dynamic with Danny.
I was gonna say I see Danny and Vanessa being closer friends. Like it might, like if I were to put two people together that are like alike and similar,
both of them.
Yeah, I would see both of them together as friends. Nicole and whatchamacallit. So I actually see Nicole and Pamela would probably make a better match because Pamela's
Pamela's always trying to calm Danny down. Well, I think it's opposites, right? I guess that's it.
But no, I love that. And you said, I hope it includes an alliance with Carlton. I damn sure do too.
Come on.
Because I need Carlton to come off whatever show he on and come back to this one so I can look at him.
He's on Divorce Sisters.
I heard, but I need him to come back over here and fulfill
Well,
his.
Divorce Sister. Well, that's a Tyler Perry movie. Tyler Perry shows film for like 3 months, and they do like 2 years and 3 months. Like,
Well, can I just say, and because you brought it up, so I just natural segue. Thank you, virtual co-host. So I just happened to see a clip online. This is the sidebar. And this girl, I've never really watched Sisters. Like I said, I've only heard from people, and I couldn't get into it just based off this girl being pregnant for 6 seasons, right?
actually 9.
Oh, well, there you have it. So I go and I happen to see it scroll across a clip yesterday, literally last night, and the girl is just having her baby shower.
After 9 seasons, yes.
I said, if y'all don't, I could never, I would never. You could never get me to
She
commit
and
to a
Zach
show.
created the baby in season 2.
And then she said both the twins. So I thought one of the twins passed away, but she makes it sound like both of the babies are, even though they got 2 different daddies, are still here.
So no, that she's having them, and so you won't find out that one is gone for a couple of weeks. So we also, so I don't watch the shows, but I too get the, if you're in, YouTube suggests things,
Right.
and so somehow again my tick tick boom cousin got me into this ghetto-ness because I can't stand Tyler Perry.
Mm-hmm.
And so I haven't watched the shows, but I have watched synopsis of the shows. And so this birth will take place over like 3 or 4 episodes. And so that this is the problem with Tyler Perry shows. I can't. That happens in soap operas. Mm-hmm. That things take months and months to. I remember I used to watch Days of Our Lives, and it was in the 90s, and John and Melena went through angst. Before they could be together, they were supposedly friends and with other people. From 93 until 97, when we got a reunion. And they kept fans on the hook from 93 to 97. Mm-hmm. Just with long looks. Now, Days of Our Lives came on every day of the week.
Mm-hmm. Oh, just not to cut you off, I just gifted 5 more memberships, so you're welcome to those that received. Boom. So we expect the membership to be loaded next week. We'll see y'all, but go ahead. I'm sorry, baby.
But that's the sort of thing that goes on in soaps. You can't have a primetime show doing that.
Right.
Nothing happens for 3 months in a primetime show. And so I only mention that to juxtapose what we are getting from Beyond the Gates. Mm-hmm. We have stories that started in February when they started. Mm-hmm. And we're well into it. And we're getting payoffs. That's what it is for the audience. It's the payoff.
Right.
This was an excellent week that we finally get Martin's secrets. But I remember 3 weeks ago, we were like, you know what? I'm tired of Martin. I don't care about a secret.
Oh, yeah. We were ready for Martin. We were like, we're so tired of Martin.
If this man, the white man needs to get Martin. That's what we were saying. Like,
oh, thank you, B-Lo DD. You found me from Really BTV. That's my boo. That's my boo-boo for real. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you. I'm sorry. Go ahead, baby.
No, B-Lo DD. That's my girl. So.
Oh, okay.
That's my people's.
Right, M-Chav. Eva was raised by Leslie. The apple don't fall far from the tree.
Right. Absolutely. So I just think with Beyond the Gates, this still is a very, I think I mentioned in an earlier episode that someone on Bold and the Beautiful was dying during sweeps. The guy is still not dead.
Are you serious?
No, he's still not dead.
You're talking about Liam.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Yes. Exactly. Look, it was so funny because I don't watch it, but literally
been dying for months now.
What's so crazy is I don't watch it, but like sometimes when I'm like tuned in early before Beyond the Gate starts, I watch that, and
I have to say,
it don't matter how much time has lapsed, I can always click back into the story.
Back on because I don't watch Bold and the Beautiful either. Haven't in years. My grandmother used to watch it, and so I know all the people. Why has he been dying for months? Why? Mm-hmm. And now, miraculously, he's no longer dying because they found something. I don't know what they found. Something.
Right.
Today they found something. So
hey, Michelle.
It's just I just want to juxtapose where Beyond the Gates is and where everyone else is just they literally are. I know sometimes we get slow weeks and we're like, what?
What are we doing? We be like, it's really not a lot to talk about.
Ashley and Derek, we don't want this. But where we come from, we haven't reached 100 episodes yet.
Yeah.
And we're still so excited about the show. People are still joining on. It's just a great, wonderful thing.
It is. I can't negate that. You are absolutely right about that. It is an amazing show. I'm happy that they're getting all their flowers, all their due, because it's definitely, they definitely deserve it. It's giving. Oh, hey, Tay Talk. What's up? Hey, chat. Thank you to whoever gifted me a membership. I did, boo. As Sweet Pea said, I got my mom hooked on Beyond the Gates. Yes, like I literally go around and like tell my family, like, are y'all watching Beyond the Gates? Like, are y'all tuned in? And they not as obviously deep in as I am, but they be on it. Beyond the Gates has really moved the storyline 6 months. They really have. And that's what everybody that I talk to that is tuned in, they say they like how quickly it's moving. It's not like you're Young and the Restless, you're Bold and the Beautiful, your sisters, where it's progressing and it doesn't keep us, because otherwise we would get bored like we were with Ashley and Derek. El Michelle said, I visited my aunt while the show was on. She kicked me out because I was talking. Well, El Michelle, you should have known better. So, okay, I said this on Blue Sky and X today. I don't know how anybody else feels, and I'm waiting for my virtual co-host to weigh in. I mean, all of y'all, but as much as I hated, and like I said, I gave Martin so much smoke throughout how he treated his husband. I was like, divorce him, Smitty. Cheat on him, Smitty. Get your lick back. Like, y'all know, Blatant Truth, we had a whole lick back song that I made up. And I don't even, but I maybe it's the Pisces in me. I damn near was on the verge of tears when he made Martin leave that damn house. I ain't even gonna hold you, even though it was warranted, and I was happy that Smitty stood on business. I literally almost cried, y'all. Literally, I was sitting up here in my chair, like I had to fight the tears.
I mean, and I too have said that, Martin is an a-hole, but I felt bad for him because they were all looking. You got him and his kids. The kids were there. Like, oh, that was.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. The kids being there.
Like, how do you and the kids throw him out of the house? That is just so not right.
Look, I'm glad I got my camera off because I'm over here rubbing my eyes now. Shit. it was y'all. I literally. It was
the kids with split decisions too. So one kid is with one father, one kid is with the other father. So it's like, why does he have to leave, Dad? Because he has to go. Yeah, he has to go. Like, it was. Oh my God, that was absolutely heartbreaking.
Now you know you wrong, Princess. High booty was pitiful. Don't do that. Don't do that. He do got a high booty though. And I ain't gonna hold you. You know that man work out. That thing's sitting right. Okay.
Martin has a very nice behind.
Yes, it's sitting right up on his back. Okay.
Very up high. Yes.
And look, as a woman, I like a man with nice butt, something to grab
And
onto.
it is it is an upstanding citizen on its own.
Now that took me out. M. Chive said, Nicole said, see, I tried to be nice, but y'all wouldn't let me laugh out loud. Oh, yeah. Tay Talk says, child, thank you so much. I came in and I heard y'all were going towards to the last episode, so I tried to go and watch it. I'm watching now. Okay. Thank you for being tuned in, boo. Net for Reg said, my heart ached for Martin because and he could see the and he was protecting his and that was the thing. I was on Samantha's side, like, and again,
he said he's sorry. Like,
right. Oh my God. And this is why I said, why are we? I understand you wanting this level of transparency in the family.
Yeah, with your older children, but this is too transparent.
Way too transparent. Like, why do they need to be in the middle of a marital argument? And like that was
Smitty is literally going, listen, he didn't tell me things about ABC.
Yeah.
And I deserve ABC. Why didn't you tell Jacob that? Why you gotta tell the kid? Like,
right. I don't understand. Blatant
y'all didn't want to tell the kids that Kenny is gone, but you want to tell them how your marriage is broken up and you've held him at night, but he didn't tell you things. Like, I have no idea. So no, I do have an idea of why my mother and father didn't stay together, because he was on drugs. But if it was just, we talked and we kept arguing, they would have never told me that.
So this is why I say you make the perfect co-host. So speaking of that, I was going to say the same thing, relating it to my experience. My parents didn't get divorced till I was older, like in my 20s. And my sister had literally just graduated high school. And they made a decision amongst themselves, didn't have to do with us, that literally after my sister graduated, and literally they divorced the day after my sister graduated high school. And so, of course, we're grown and we're like hurt by it, but I don't think we needed to be in on that conversation.
And they clearly had this conversation well before that.
Right. So who are we as kids to come in? I was in school in Florida, so what the hell was I gonna say? And my little sister at that, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it was just like, what are we?
I understand and share our opinion of what you just did.
Like, that's when I was like, I understand that this is a new day and age and gentle parenting and all that other shit. But I also think that there's some level of stuff you got to protect your kids from. And like,
I must admit, I do know people who do this, who discuss everything with their children.
Really?
I do. I disagree with it, but
okay, because and like I told you, my son is very inquisitive, and if he asks, but if it's something between me and his dad, we figured that out before we come talk to him.
They think they're telling we work in truth, and we don't believe in not telling the truth. Yeah, but truth is not always everything that needs to be said. It doesn't mean that you're lying if you don't say everything.
And to Smitty's point, he's just learning everything himself. So you're still processing, digesting. Like, you know,
why are you telling him? I have no idea. Your father didn't bother to tell me.
Right.
He throwing barbs.
It was just right. It was just terrible.
The kids was like, Dad, who's this guy? I don't know. Your father didn't even tell me.
Right. Like, it was just too much. Tay Talk says, wait, Martin and those hot butt cheeks irk my soul. Don't do that. I love his hot butt cheeks. Look, Net Ferrer said, bounce a quarter off of it. Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
That old Ted and had them high butt cheeks too. Y'all are a mess. El Michelle said, I must be a terrible person because I felt no ways for Martin. You know what, El Michelle, I'm not, again, I'm going to chunk it off to I'm a Pisces and I'm sensitive and I'm emotional about everything. Like, literally, I can watch weddings and I ain't even got to know the people. I'm crying. That's just who I am. And it's just for some reason got to pulled on my heartstrings to see little Samantha all upset. I can't even say little Samantha, grown Samantha, all upset. And you know what I'm saying? And just them giving the kids too much information that they're not ready to handle. And so that's why I felt bad for Martin, because Martin finally came clean. And then it's like, yeah, I'm done. I'm done. And again, we learned that even if he would have told the truth 2 years ago, nothing would have changed. So that's why I felt bad.
What would have changed is that Smitty would not have gone along with the cover up. The problem with this whole situation is not what actually happened. It's with the cover up.
Mm-hmm.
I think everybody can agree that this was a hate crime, and I think we needed the context of the episode today, and yesterday, of Vernon and Anita saying, in this town, there was never a guarantee that we will be treated fairly if we reported it to the police. That's what we needed. Because otherwise, it looks like you didn't even bother to call the police.
Mm-hmm.
I know they called their police in their town, but they weren't in their town. And so Elon and Marcel would have had no jurisdiction in the town where they actually committed this crime.
No, and when I tried to tell y'all that, and I know you know, I'm sure you probably. Well, I don't know if you know, but I was gonna say that, Elaine, you probably, because my I go up to Jersey often, like by the shore, because my sister-in-law lives there, and she talks about how it's not like the rest of Jersey. It's a totally different type of community. Yeah. And that's kind of how I'm thinking they were, like by off the Eastern Shore, like by Ocean City, and that's kind of where they got caught up in, even though it's Maryland and it's close to Chocolate City.
It's
everywhere
not the most diverse area.
Right.
And so I think we needed the context because I actually love the debates online. Like, people were going in on Nicole today on Facebook, and Princess was like, "Hey, what is happening with the people on Facebook going after Nicole?" You just got to know which audience is where. It's an older audience on Facebook.
And I think you warned me, because I said, send me one of them Facebook groups, and I said no, because I don't want to watch. I don't want to look at nothing that's going to make me mad.
It's interesting, but they are batshit crazy. Do not engage. It's like no, it's like a snake. Watch, but do not engage. So people were going in on their opinions of what is happening, and so people were going in today about, oh, Nicole is wrong, and how's Nicole wrong? She didn't know anything about her own child.
Hold on, let me read this comments, and then we're gonna kick it off. All right. Kamara said, I was crying when Smitty kicked Martin out. I kept thinking once the truth came out, Smitty would forgive him. Martin needs his husband to get through this. I absolutely agree. Tay Talk says Smitty looks and act like he is his kid's age. That part. Blatant said, do y'all think Martin will try to harm himself if he don't get yes? Yes. I said this.
He is unstable enough to.
Thank you. I've said this, and it's not even like I say it jokingly, but like as somebody
he's not mentally stable. The whole
thank you.
I'm frozen in time and I can't do anything.
And that whole get out situation. Like I said, as somebody who is actively in therapy, this man needs to be in a place with padded walls right now. Or like if he don't go talk to a therapist, that's where he's going to end up. Absolutely. I mean, obviously I don't think they would ever show that on the show. But yeah, you said Princess said he probably is the kid's age. Stop, Princess, you are terrible. You are the shadiest of them all. They said, dang, your parents weren't playing. No, they weren't, girl. They knew. They had an assignment and they knew it. Net said, I'm sorry, I'm not negotiating or oversharing with my kids. They don't pay no bills. That hurts.
That sounds just like my parents.
Right. And even
don't close no doors and you ain't paying no bills.
Right. Tay said, nah, them kids too grown, but they not grown enough to not know that bringing a man to your home and playing on the phone. Yep. You're right, Tay. Them kids too damn nosy. Absolutely. That's because Smitty is not black, so he doesn't fully understand. Oh yeah. Them one stoplight towns. Yep. You don't think he would try anything? You don't think he will try anything, but he might go insane. I still think Martin's gonna go off the crazy. Like, so it's so funny when I watch.
I think they're setting this up for him to go off the loony bin.
Boom. Sweet Pea said it best because this is where I was getting ready to head. Martin needs to be checked in for a 1 or 2 week vacation. So when he showed up today, because like I said, I watched today's episode before I watched yesterday's episode. So when I went back to watch yesterday's episode, and he showed up with the suitcase or whatever, and I think I saw it today. And he couldn't really talk to Nicole.
Yeah, I need airspace, whatever.
I thought Martin was getting ready to tell us, I'm getting ready to go on vacation. I need to go away for a couple of weeks. I literally thought Martin was going to give us a hiatus. I don't know if anybody else felt that way. I thought that's what he was leading us up to, because he was just so frantic and neurotic and going through whatever he was going through. Because the fact that, okay, so let's get into the Nicole of it all, because we can't go past it no more, okay? We got to talk about it. Now, the fact that Martin could not even talk to his mother, he had to look to his grandparents. And I said this before. I am a documentary queen. I love especially on the royal family. And I understand those are YT people, okay? However, I think that things can move the same. And I absolutely believe what is in the benefit of the family comes first when you are in families like that. And it doesn't matter which, and we've seen it with Danny, with Martin. They will completely disregard what they're going through to protect this image and name that they have. Mm-hmm. So I thought it was crazy when he was sitting there and Nicole's like, baby, tell me what's wrong. And he couldn't even talk without talking to his grandparents first. And I said, that's how you know this is some real, this is some other level shit. This is different.
So that told me that Martin can't deal. And this was part of the frustrating thing with Martin. You talk to people so rudely. You walk around, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. Remember he was running around. Run for president.
I said that.
And they're like, what are you talking about? Don't you know who you are and what you've done? And they do all of this. And then something goes on in front of you and you have this flashback and you freeze and you're like, blah, blah, blah,
right.
You can't talk. They have to rush you out of the room. People are like, get him out of here. What are you doing? And so the only good thing about Martin this week was, well, there were several good things. I actually sent him a message. His name is Brandon Claiborne. You should follow him because he's
I'm getting ready to go on my ex now.
He's also very engaging. I told you he said
look, you may not like what I have to say. Martin's an asshole.
Yeah. The day after the disclosure, he said, there's more. Wait, there's more. And Michelle Jean Vaughn, who is the main writer of the show, producer.
Shout out to my co-host.
Laugh out loud. So some of them are very engaging. And so Brandon Claiborne is one of the people who are very engaging. Michelle Von Jean is another one who you need to follow because she does poignant things, right? And so, she'll say, there's a method to our madness when people are, complaining, what is going on with the show? And she'll go, we have actually practiced this and written this out. We know what we're doing. She'll write back to people who are posting online.
Mm-hmm.
So some of the people are very engaged. I mean, I think you already know Kobe's very engaging. Eva's very engaging. The actress that plays Eva, Leslie is as well.
I think her name is Amber Michelle or something like that.
So a couple of them, they post all the time, but I'm on Twitter, so I got you on Twitter. So, but Brandon is engaging on Twitter. Um, Keith Robinson is engaging on Twitter. Michelle Von John is on Twitter. So there are certain people who are engaging because there's so many more people on Twitter. Even though a lot of people have left, there's still a lot of engagement there.
I know, that's why I said I couldn't negate it. Look, but next time we do this, I'm gonna be live on Twitter too, so I can go ahead and reel them in. But when Tay Talk said, yeah, that press conference should have been the announcement of him going away. Ooh, I like that. And that should have been. Blatant said when Martin becomes unhinged and something happens to Smitty for exposing everything, that's when the kid's biological parents will come into play. Ooh. Okay.
That is good. That is good, blatant truth.
Because remember, and I think that's a good little nugget. And I like the line that you're throwing out there, blatant, only because they said it today, or was it today or was it yesterday? Because again, like I said, I'm mixed up. But he mentioned that like Smitty knows not to say nothing. He knows better. But him, Anita, and Vernon was like, I don't know. And Martin was like, nah, he got it. And I was like, maybe Smitty ain't got it. Maybe Smitty ain't got it like you think. But I would hate to think that Martin would do something to Smitty, but it wouldn't put it past me. I mean, put it past him.
One of the things from the outlines from next week says that the Smarty children believe that none of the family are trustworthy.
Oh, well, I mean, when you look at it.
And that tells me that they're going to find out more people are lying, and they find out. Like, I don't think they know that he's dead. I think they know that he's gone. I don't think they know that he's dead. And so I think the more they find out, that it's just going to be more difficult for them.
Well, see, that's where I said I think the kids are going to get him exposed because they're clearly into social media. I'm sure there's going to be some Metro post or something, a news story about this unalive man found in the park. Mm-hmm. And they're going to recognize that it's Kenny. And remember, Jacob said he doesn't know the identity of the man.
Right.
So who else is going to tell him?
Right.
I think it's the kids that's going to end up. And I don't know why I saw this playing out. And again, this may be me reaching. But I see somehow this, of course, getting drawn back to Martin, even though he was at that press conference, has an alibi and everything else. Because the kids know about it, they're going to get interrogated. And it's going to implicate Martin. And then Jacob is going to, Deputy Do-Good, is going to do what he do and start digging even further.
This is going to be interesting. I never would have guessed that they would take us here for the summer because, again, I understand how soaps are written. I've never been engaged in young people's storylines, and while I don't know that we think Martin's a young people storyline, but that may be why they have the children so involved to make it this young storyline. But I'm engaged as if it's May or February.
Right.
I have things to do in the summer too. So
right.
When me and my husband was in Vegas, right? And this is how I found out he was actually watching the show. Mm-hmm. Because I was at a conference, and so I was in sessions all day. I couldn't watch. I couldn't get on Twitter, whatever. So he would come and get me every day from the conference center at 4:00 when we were in Vegas, and we would walk, back to the hotel, and he would go, "Wait until you see the show," and I would be like, well, "You saw the show."
He said, "I'm just trying to help you out with your notes when you go up there and do it."
And that's how I found out that he was actually watching the show, even when I'm not there with him. I was like, "You watched the show?" He was like, "Well, yeah, something's going on. You got to get upstairs and see us."
So, Net for Reg, I love your comment. Remember how Nicole talked to Danny like a patient?
Right.
Think about the reverse, how Danny supported her as a sister, not a patient. Girl, you better tell us something, Net.
Yeah.
You are exactly right. Vernon talks to Martin and listens. Well, hold on. This is the one that does he really? Because how many times did Martin cry out for help? The only person
Said,
he
I'm
had to talk
drowning.
to.
And he goes, man it up.
Yeah,
don't
fix it out. Yeah, and so I ain't even gonna
we'll
hold you.
take care of it.
Right. I was so Vernon Dupree. He's so great. He's so wonderful when this started. And he started coming down the totem pole very quickly. When I realized, I was like, you are making your family. That's why I said it makes me table back to the royal family. You're making your family suffer in the name of an image, right, and trying to uphold things. And I know you think you're doing what's right, but and that's why I was asking y'all the question in the recap about, like, is Smitty and Martin really wrong? Like, just because we're older and how we did things, and I know that's how Vernon and Anita are operating. They're operating as, well, this is how we do things. This is how we clean things up. This is the best way to handle it. And maybe there is a better way to handle it now with all these other people involved, and it's new. But yeah, I don't know. It's a sticky situation, y'all. It's a sticky situation. Right. Nicole and Ted treat Martin like a patient. They do. I think Smitty will keep quiet because he would have told Jacob. See, Tay, I think he's quiet for now. I think because he
didn't look so sure at not telling Jacob.
And you know what's so funny? I think it's like Smitty is going through, like, you know how when if a man does something crazy to you, or like tells you something or cheat on you, and then you start thinking, like, you'll be like, okay, well, I'm mad at you, but then you start thinking about, well, when and where, or it was that. Like, the more time you have to go in your brain, and
then the angrier you become.
Right, the angrier you get. So yeah, I don't know how long that's gonna last. I think it's gonna come out that Marcel didn't actually do it, but someone else did. Okay. Well, I would hope, because Marcel trying to get on that boat. Sheila.
Well, Marcel actually did do it, didn't he?
I thought he did.
We assume it. He took him away with the gun.
Oh, Princess said Danny can only support Nicole as a sister. She's not a doctor, so how can you support her as a patient? Well, I think they were saying that, well, yeah, she can only support as a sister. She can't support as a doctor, but they're saying that basically Nicole, instead of being a sister, the same way that she was not, right, the same way she wasn't talking to Martin as a mother, and he was like, I need you to be a mother, not a, I'm not
right. And she was like, I can't counsel you. And Martin had to say, I need my mother.
Right.
And for her to say, okay, I could put that hat on. But why do I have to? That's why they don't go to you, because you need to figure out what hat you need to put on.
And right. And I think it's not even a hat. I think the problem is she has this on all the time.
Right.
Her therapist hat is on all the time. Mm-hmm. And she doesn't know how to remove that and put on her mother hat, because we even see that with Kat,
or sister, or anything else.
Right. Daughter, whatever. It's hard.
I'm only psychologist perfect.
Right. There you have it.
Even in this episode, when she's with Vanessa, and Vanessa's telling her everything that happened, and she said, I'm so embarrassed in case someone hears what I did, as far as choking Leslie. And then Vanessa says, though, they're not going to be thinking about you because they got other things to talk about. But even then, she's talking about, oh my goodness, what will people say?
Yeah. It's craziness. So Blatant said, I thought about you, Treese, these last 2 episodes, because now Vernon realizes that Martin needs healing. Thank you. HR director, thank you. We go schedule some, what do they call it? He needs a mental health week, month. He needs something.
And Vernon is feeling guilty.
He is, as he should. I'm sorry.
And I think Vernon and Anita feel guilty about the guy. So I know this week we felt like Vernon was sort of doing this wink and a nod of, don't kill him, but I know you got to do what you got to do. And please don't do it, but I'm going to turn my eye, and I know you're going to do what you have to do. Um, it was sort of this unspoken rule of what Bill actually accused him of. You want to be able to sleep at night, and so you want me to tell you I got rid of this guy, but you don't want me to give you the details because you don't want to know that we all killed him or we had him killed or whatever. And so, but I do think Vernon and Anita actually regret the death of a person.
Well, so that's another thing.
I don't know that everyone else is having that struggle.
And so that's the thing. I noticed the Thursday's episode, they spent a lot of time, and I remember getting on X and Blue Sky, and everybody was like, why is everybody so concerned about the unaliving of a racist? Why is everybody down bad because this man got taken out?
Unalive people who don't have your thoughts.
Right. And granted, I already said KK Kenny need to go. So I was like, I don't feel no ways tired. But
I've never seen so much advocacy for people's killing as I did this week.
Everybody was really in their feelings, and I was like, float on, float on. Like
even now, they're like, I don't think Martin did anything wrong. He's not wrong at all. People are online still doing that. I'm like, hey guys, we can't just kill people.
I mean, yeah, we can't, but look, what I'm saying, what do they say? You can't make me mad and then get upset at how angry I get.
Right.
So when Tay Talk said, I still think Vernon was right because now that they've covered it up, it's too many people's lives at risk because of them. I agree with you, and that's why Martin gonna end up in the crazy house. I think Marcel was there to do it, but someone else beat him to it. I think that's why they reported it. Okay. And then they did keep saying it looked like a robbery. It looked like a robbery. So, but no, because hold on, Tay. Because I don't know if you've seen that yet, but remember he had the pow pointed in his side when he took him away when Martin was at the press conference.
Right.
So, who else would have got to KK? Because I will say this, Tay. For a second, I said, is KKK Kenny really unalive, or did Marcel hit a Randy and tell him go lay out in the grass and pose real quick and act like?
But now they got a body.
But now that they got a body, it's a wrap. It's a wrap, okay? And girl, Randy didn't do it. Randy, I can promise you, Randy did not do it. Randy is not about that life. No,
Randy already punked out and not doing it. Why would
he
all of a sudden Joe?
Randy is not about that life. Okay.
They tried to get him to do it a week ago.
Right. Hey, Cleo. I just finished watching today's episode, and Jacob and Samantha annoyed the taste out of me, and Anita and Nicole made me tear up. All right. So look, I'm gonna let my virtual co-host get into Anita and Nicole because Jesus, that was a lot. I almost cried too. I did. I almost cried.
That was so emotional.
Emotional.
I felt both of them.
Mm-hmm.
They were both right, and I was like, oh no, because Nicole is her mother's child and Danny is her father's child.
Right.
And so you have these people who usually agree, disagreeing strongly, and Nicole is feeling self-righteous, and she has every right. I think we've all discussed this. How did Martin get into something and his mother doesn't know, his father doesn't know? We didn't know Ted was involved until 2 weeks ago.
Right.
His mother doesn't know, his father doesn't know, but his grandparents know. Like, where was he? Like, and of course, this is before we got all of the details. But I think we've always said this, right? But how dare the grandparents hide it from the mother? And you get the father involved. And so all of you are lying to this one. I understand not telling the children. I understand him not telling Smitty. I don't understand Ted not going home and telling his wife. Martin not going to tell his mother. because she's a Dupree as well.
I agree.
And so I like Nicole. I think there is no excuse for not telling her specifically. They didn't have to ever tell Danny, Naomi, nobody else.
Well, this is why this really hit me, because I spent a good few years with my grandmother being raised. That's why I'm hooked on soaps. That's why everybody knows, if you go back, I tell y'all every other episode, I'm doing this for my grandmother. Rest in peace, because she's the one that got me hooked on soaps, and she would love to be here to see this.
Absolutely.
But I will say, did she overstep her boundaries as a grandmother when my mother told her not to perm my hair? She did it. When you get what I'm saying? Like, and sometimes grandparents, and so now that I'm a mother and I kind of deal with the same type of, where it's like, no, you had your turn. This is my child. I absolutely, like, I understood. No, I ain't even gonna hold you. I understood Nicole's anger. This is my child. What you are not, and keep it from, everything would have been broken in that damn house. I would have lost my SHI. There is no way.
2 years. This is really a long time to keep this on.
I'm just saying.
My mother, my father, my husband, my son, and somehow I'm the odd man out.
Right. And y'all looking at me like I'm crazy. Like, oh, so I did something because I just don't want to get with the plan, and Martin done unalive somebody.
I did the right thing all the time. Y'all don't want to tell me.
And then what was so crazy when she was like, my baby is suffering, like his mental health. And like, I can't imagine. That's the first thing she thought about.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They are not thinking about it at all. Even as you scream and yell that no one's paying attention to Martin's mental health. That's the first thing she said. He's been suffering this whole time.
Right. And as a therapist, again, because she always wears that hat, that is the first thing she thought about.
Right.
Whoo, Lord, let me read these comments.
I think the fallout from Anita and Nicole will be great, because I think this will affect her relationship with her parents.
So you think it'll be great to see them? I'm not gonna hold you. I'm not. That's the one thing I will say, as we were gonna lead up into predictions. I don't know if I'm looking forward to seeing the break, because again, her and Anita are so much alike and are so close. And I know it's a character development and we're gonna see them evolve, but I guess I'm just like, my heart emotionally, I'm not ready to see Nicole be on the outs and be at the country club.
Nicole, she can't trust Anita. They
right.
will allow her.
Right.
And so if you take it from her perspective, from the previews, it is, she says to Ted next week, so I guess you understand from this conversation what the next steps are. And so I think she's going to ask for a divorce next week. Everybody is saying she's going to ask for a divorce next week, based on the fact that he lied about this other thing.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, he was going to try to confess 2 weeks ago, but then went there and they got into it about Danny and Andre. So I think she's gonna feel like these people around me. I would be interested to see how she reacts to Kat and ask Kat about her catching her father in the hotel. But I think we're gonna get that skipped over, and she's just gonna take whatever Leslie said to her, that they were in the hotel together and Kat caught them. And she's just going to take that and chunk it up with all the other lies she heard and just say, I want a divorce.
Oh, I agree. And look, and Princess said, as she should, divorce. But I love what Blatant said, and I wanted to highlight this, and I pinned your comment, baby. Uh, Beyond the Gates better be front runners for next year. If they don't, and I understand we don't need to go to them people awards asking
Right.
for accolades, but at the end of the day, these people deserve it. They've gotten many mentions. I post them. I try my hardest to hype them up as much as I can. Um, they absolutely deserve. I'm gonna be whole. I want them to sweep at the Emmys. Like I want them to almost every category. And I guess because I'm not watching General Hospital. I'm not watching all
Right.
the other stuff to know what they're competing with. But again, Liam's been what supposed to be trying to be unalive for
Since
how many seasons
February.
since February. So I ain't got it.
He's actually been dying since February.
Can I
And,
say?
and still ain't dead.
Can I just say, I understand that it's Hollywood, and this is so random and sidebar. But for those B&B fans that are in the chat, Steffi, I remember watching Steffi as a young girl. Steffi and Hope, because I talk about it in my older recaps. Her face is what is she? Them lips are terrible. She needs to take them, whatever it fillers. Steffi needs to stop. Steffi needs to stop. Okay, because it is too much. And I'll move on. I won't go on a tangent. Corey said, has new Ted and Martin had a scene together besides when Ted took him out of Bill's office? Yes. Remember the scene where, and this
Yeah,
is
in his hotel room.
right. And this is why I think I said this in my recap. The one part that because I was kind of sad, but I had to make it funny. At the end of the day, we forget there's a whole nother set we got to use. So Martin can take his ass and he can go to Anita and Vernon's, or he can take his ass to that hotel where Ted and Eva is at.
Well, they better get a house now for Ted and all his kicked out kids.
Okay. And then can I just say, okay, it just made me think about it. I had to point out the fact that Chelsea, now here I go. The fact that Chelsea was like, oh my God, are you following me? Oh my God, why would you be here at the same time I'm here?
Yeah.
Well, one, because we met here. Two, where else am I going to go?
There's 2 bars.
Two.
And 2 restaurants.
Two. Even though it was so crazy, it's because we done talked about U Street, we done talked all the places in DC, but we still at Uptown and Orphrey Jeans. And I get it, it's a set and whatever. I'm just saying, I said, Chelsea, don't get beside yourself, sweetie. It ain't too many places to go.
Right.
Okay. Cleo said, we found out Tiny Ted knew about Martin all this time and he saw KKK Kenny, but he never once thought to check up on Martin after he saw it. Yeah.
Well, actually, he saw KK Kenny, and then that's when he showed up at the meeting in the Bill's office with all the powerful men.
But I think what Cleo is saying is, why wouldn't you go if you know what went on and you saw him again, and why wouldn't you go check on your son?
He did check on his son, but in his defense, he went to the Bill's office. His son shows up and nearly collapses, and he goes, "Let me take you home." But his father, Ted, took him out of. Remember, Bill and them was like, "Get him out of here! Like he can't handle shit."
Right.
And Ted goes, "I'll take you home."
Mm.
And Vernon goes, "We'll fill Ted in later."
Well, and she says he was too busy catering to Eva's grown ass.
Well, that's what he's doing in his day job, but I have no defense of Ted.
Oh, Princess dropped us a nugget. I don't think they qualify for next year, from my understanding.
No, they don't qualify for this year. They qualify for next year. I think the Emmys for this year has been announced.
Oh, really? Oh, yes. Because they're giving all these, and I guess I was kind of mad because I was like, when did Super Bowl performances start getting in, and not that I'm not
Yes, but
happy
the
for the
Super
people.
Bowl was from what, October, November, and so of course, if
No,
the
Super
Super
Bowl. So
Bowl,
Beyonce's halftime show was December of 2024, and then Kendrick was February of 2025.
yeah, and so the show started in
And
February.
beyond, and yeah, they started 2025. So that's why I thought they would still be in the running of shows because they started in February.
Yes, but if it's in the beginning of February, then that wasn't
Oh,
enough
shit,
show.
we got damn what's the we got the anniversary party in April. Didn't we?
Yes, but I don't think it goes till April. That seems late.
Okay, okay. I'm just saying.
That's
Blake
why I said
Lane
the
is funny. Get
next
him out
year
of here.
will be the sort of meter of where we are.
We'll see. Well, I hope they keep up the like we know we got season 2. So I don't know how many because I'm like, okay, well, we at 100 now. So when we gonna start season 2?
Season 2, I think, starts. People have been speculating, but
I
the
imagine it'll start in
seasons
September.
start at the same time where everybody is, September.
Okay,
Just
that's what I
like
thought.
the season of Law and Order starts at their new episode whenever they start in September. So yeah,
Mm.
for the television shows, that's when the new season starts.
Gotcha. That's what I figured. I was like, oh yeah, fall, people at school, people are back inside. So that made sense. Woo, y'all. We got a lot out. Is there anything we need to cover, chat? Is there anything that me and Elaine miss? Anybody in the chat miss? Y'all let us know before we get up out of here. Okay, Roy Faye, hey boo. Eligible in 2026. Okay, okay. I'll wait for it. I'll wait for it. But yeah, anything that we miss, y'all, anything y'all want us to talk about, cover before we get up out of here. Cause I know it's a Friday night. Y'all might want to be outside like Cardi. I
This
know
has
it's
been a
it's
great
raining
week. I'm
outside here.
glad
So
Reese is feeling better.
what happened? Oh,
This
thank
has
you.
been a great
I'm
week. I'm
glad you're feeling better. So you look, you passed your on to me. You came back from Vegas. You were sick, and then you came on the live, and then next thing you know, I'm sick. I'm just kidding.
Who
But
know? Who knew we could give each other stuff via
right
YouTube?
through via the internet, girl. AI. Correct said Ted has been taking Leslie home since last Friday. Right.
Yes. Now that's true if this is the same day.
Princess said we didn't make her too angry tonight. Okay, good. Good. We glad we can do that for you. But yes, thank y'all so much. Elaine, stay on when once I end this. I want to holler at you. But
Okay.
yes, so thank you guys so much for tuning in. I appreciate y'all. Look, I was quiet at first. You so funny. Because she was worried about who was gonna roll up here and try to fight Nicole. But anyway, I appreciate y'all for being here for this live. Anybody that was gifted a membership, I hope to see y'all in the members only Thursday nights, 9 p.m. And I will be opening it up once a month and gifting more memberships. So y'all, I'm letting some of y'all get a taste of behind the gates every month. But if you want to go ahead and join the membership, the link is down in the description box. It's only $2.99. And we have a good old time. Like I said, at this point, I call this a focus group. Okay. So, but we love y'all so much. If you have not already, please make sure you hit that like button and comment. I'm waiting for you because I forgot that you're not my sister. So I'm like, oh, bouncing off you. But make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure you comment. Make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell. And make sure that you're following me on all the platforms. That's the TikTok, Twitter, X, Blue Sky, Facebook, and the IG. And yeah, we will catch you behind the gates next Thursday for all those that decide that are in the membership. We love y'all. Have a good one and have a good weekend. Be safe. Bye bye.